These celebrities were shot and somehow survived. Here's how. Jason Terrell Taylor, widely recognized as The Game, is an American rapper and actor from Compton, California. He first started gaining attention in the early 2000s after releasing a run of mixtapes with support from West Coast artist JT the Bigga Figga. Before his music career took off, Taylor survived a life-threatening incident in 2001 when he was shot multiple times during a failed drug deal in his apartment. The attack left him in a coma for 3 days, a turning point that pushed him to pursue rap seriously. In a shocking incident, Brandon Call, known for his roles in Baywatch and Step by Step, found himself in a life-threatening situation while driving alone at the age of 19. Enjoying his newly purchased car, he suddenly noticed a car aggressively tailgating him. Concerned for his safety, Call made the decision to pull down a side street to let the car pass. However, to his horror, the car continued to follow him. The situation took a terrifying turn when the driver of the pursuing vehicle shot Call not once, but twice. Despite being wounded, Call displayed incredible resilience and managed to drive himself to the hospital. Thanks to timely medical attention and his own determination, he made a full recovery from this harrowing ordeal. Justice was served when it was discovered that the assailant responsible for this senseless act of violence was also just 19 years old and had a prior criminal record. Following an arrest and subsequent trial, he was convicted of attempted murder. Jackie Wilson, the legendary Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, had a reputation as a notorious womanizer. Even during his marriage to his first wife, Frida Hood, he found himself entangled in a tumultuous love triangle. On February 15, 1961, in Manhattan, Wilson was shot and seriously wounded by a woman named Juanita Jones. Jones was one of his girlfriends, and she shot him in a jealous rage after seeing him with another woman, fashion model Harleen Harris, an ex-girlfriend of Sam Cooke and later Wilson's second wife. To protect Wilson's image and avoid negative publicity, his management team devised a clever strategy. They concocted a story that portrayed the shooting as an act committed by an overzealous fan rather than admitting it was Jones who pulled the trigger. As a result, Juanita Jones was never prosecuted for her actions. And Jackie Wilson made a full recovery, but did lose a kidney as a result of the shooting. In a chilling incident during a tour, singer Mark Cohn and his tour manager found themselves in the crosshairs of danger. While traveling in a tour van, both Cohn and his tour manager were struck by the same bullet during an attempted carjacking in Denver. Miraculously, they both managed to recover from their injuries. The gravity of the situation becomes even more apparent when we consider that Cohn had a bullet lodged in his temple. Thankfully, the carjacker's attempt to steal the vehicle was thwarted, and authorities were able to apprehend him hours later. Justice prevailed, as he was eventually sentenced to 25 years in prison for his heinous act. Garrett Morris, known for his memorable performances on Saturday Night Live and Martin, experienced a life-altering event when he was 57 years old. During an attempted robbery in South Central LA, he was shot twice, leading to serious injuries that required extensive medical intervention. The incident had a significant impact on Morris's career as well. While in the hospital recovering from his injuries, he was written off the show Martin. This unexpected turn of events meant that Morris had to navigate not only physical recovery but also professional setbacks. During his prolonged healing process, Morris faced additional challenges as he wore a colostomy bag for months. This further emphasized the extent of his injuries and the long road to recovery that lay ahead. Fortunately, justice prevailed in this case. The individual responsible for the attempted robbery and harm inflicted upon Morris was apprehended, convicted, and ultimately sentenced to prison. O'Neill, a well-known model and actress, found herself in a harrowing situation at the age of 34. Accidentally shot by her husband's .38 caliber revolver, the incident occurred when she discovered that the safe in her bedroom had been left open with the gun inside. Concerned for her young son's safety, Jennifer picked up the firearm to check if it was loaded. Tragically, it discharged, resulting in a bullet piercing through her hip and abdomen. Despite sustaining severe injuries, Jennifer managed to make a full recovery from this traumatic incident. Her story serves as a reminder of the importance of gun safety and the potential dangers that can arise from mishandling firearms. Curly Howard, best known for his iconic role in The Three Stooges, had an unexpected encounter with a rifle at the age of 12. While preparing for a hunting trip, he accidentally shot himself in the ankle. Despite the injury, Curly chose to forego surgery, resulting in a unique healing process that left him with a permanent limp. To mask his now awkward walk, Curly ingeniously devised an exaggerated walk that would become synonymous with his Three Stooges character. This distinctive manner of movement not only became a trademark of his comedic persona, but also helped him navigate and embrace his physical limitations on screen. Curly's ability to turn an unfortunate accident into a part of his comedic act showcases both his resilience and creativity as an actor. In a chilling incident that unfolded during his father's Henry Fonda's honeymoon, Peter Fonda, the renowned actor and filmmaker, found himself in a life-threatening situation. At the tender age of 10, while staying at a Westchester County estate with friends, tragedy struck when he accidentally shot himself in the chest. The consequences were grave as the bullet pierced his liver and kidney, narrowly missing his heart. The severity of his injuries necessitated 3 blood transfusions and multiple surgeries. In fact, Fonda later revealed that he was pronounced dead at least once. In the midst of a politically charged atmosphere in Jamaica, reggae legend Bob Marley took a bold stance for peace by organizing the Smile Jamaica concert. Despite multiple political parties seeking his endorsement in the upcoming elections, Marley insisted that the concert remain non-political. However, just days before the event, tragedy struck. 7 gun-toting men entered Marley's compound and opened fire. Bob Marley, Rita, his wife, and manager Don Taylor were wounded in the attack. Taylor and Rita sustained serious injuries, but later made full recoveries. Bob Marley received minor wounds in the chest and arm. Despite this horrific incident, Bob Marley displayed remarkable resilience and determination. Undeterred by the attack on his life, he went ahead with the Smile Jamaica concert as planned. The concert served as a powerful symbol of unity and defiance against violence. It is worth noting that no one was ever charged for the shooting at Bob Marley's compound, and raises questions about the motives behind such a brazen act of violence against one of Jamaica's most beloved icons. James Garner had a remarkable career that spanned decades in the entertainment industry. From his early beginnings to becoming a household name, Garner's talent and charisma made him a beloved figure in both film and television. Garner first gained recognition for his role as Brett Maverick in the popular Western series Maverick during the 1950s and 1960s. His portrayal of the charming and witty gambler won over audiences, showcasing his natural ability to bring characters to life on screen. In addition to his successful film career, Garner also made a lasting impact on television. He starred as Jim Rockford in the hit detective series The Rockford Files, which earned him an Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series. But before embarking on his illustrious acting career, James Garner, the iconic Hollywood star, had a remarkable and challenging journey in the military. Serving in the Army National Guard during the Korean War, Garner's bravery and resilience were tested in unimaginable ways. During an enemy assault, Garner sustained facial injuries from a mortar round. However, his courage didn't waver as he fearlessly jumped headfirst into a foxhole to seek refuge. Unfortunately, fate dealt him another blow when he was mistakenly shot by friendly fire from a fighter plane. Despite these harrowing experiences, Garner's indomitable spirit prevailed. He not only survived his injuries, but also demonstrated extraordinary resilience throughout his military service. As a testament to his valor and sacrifice, he was awarded 2 Purple Hearts for his wounds. Garner's journey from the battlefield to the silver screen is a testament to his unwavering determination and ability to overcome adversity. His military service undoubtedly shaped him into the resilient and charismatic actor we came to know and love. At the height of his career, cultural visionary Andy Warhol experienced a life-altering event in his famous Manhattan studio, The Factory. This iconic space served as a hub for artists, intellectuals, and cultural misfits to gather and create. However, it was within these walls that Warhol's path intersected with that of Valerie Solanas. On June 3, 1968, Valerie Solanas, a radical feminist writer and activist, entered Andy Warhol's sixth-floor office at 33 Union Square West, carrying 2 guns and fully loaded. She shot Warhol and art critic Mario Amaya with a .32 Beretta. Warhol was critically wounded and underwent surgery to remove the bullets from his chest and stomach. He survived the attack, but suffered from physical and psychological trauma for the rest of his life. When you think of country music, it's hard not to mention Trace Adkins. This towering figure in the genre has been a staple since the 90s, known for his deep voice and larger-than-life persona. With hits like Every Light in the House and You're Gonna Miss This, Adkins has a knack for storytelling that resonates with fans across generations. But did you know he was shot by his then-wife in 1994 and almost died? Since then, Trace Adkins has enjoyed a string of successes throughout his career, but Adkins recalls nearly dying when his ex-wife shot him in 1994. "It was what my hunting buddies call a kill shot," he said, and here's the story. During his second marriage, Adkins faced a difficult battle with alcoholism and binge drinking. Unfortunately, this struggle took a toll on his relationship with his wife, Julie Curtis. It reached a breaking point when Julie, feeling overwhelmed and desperate, made the shocking decision to point a .38 at Trace and demand that he leave. In a truly harrowing turn of events, as Trace attempted to disarm her in an effort to defuse the situation, Julie pulled the trigger. The bullet struck him in the chest, piercing his heart and both lungs. Miraculously, Trace narrowly survived this life-threatening incident. While their marriage ultimately ended in divorce following this traumatic event, it is worth noting that despite everything he had been through, Trace chose not to press charges against Julie, his wife. Before Kelly Preston married John Travolta, her romantic history included a brief engagement to Charlie Sheen. During this time, an incident occurred that added a mysterious twist to their relationship. Preston was shot in the wrist, and rumors began circulating that Sheen was somehow involved. However, it is important to note that Preston never confirmed these claims. According to Sheen, the shooting was a freak accident. He explained that Preston had lifted a pair of his pants off the bathroom floor unintentionally, causing his gun to fall out of the pocket. As it hit the floor, it discharged and resulted in the shooting. Following this event, their engagement came to an end. Jameson Parker, the actor who played A.J. Simon on the popular 1980s TV series Simon and Simon, was shot by a neighbor in 1992. When we think of shocking attacks, our minds often wander to the realm of horror movies or action-packed thrillers. But sometimes reality is even stranger than fiction. Take the case of Jameson Parker, the dashing actor known for his role as A.J. Simon on the beloved 1980s series Simon and Simon. In a plot twist that could only be described as a bizarre episode gone wrong, Parker found himself in a real-life drama after being shot by none other than his neighbor over, wait for it, dog waste. The neighbor, Robert George, was charged with attempted murder and assault with a deadly weapon. He was ultimately convicted and sentenced to 9 years in prison. This incident was a shocking and unfortunate event in Parker's life. Despite the trauma, he made a full recovery and continued to act in various roles, although his career never quite reached the same level of success as Simon and Simon. 50 Cent survived being shot 9 times on May 24, 2000, just before the planned release of his debut album, Power of the Dollar. The shooting occurred outside his grandmother's former home in South Jamaica, Queens. He was shot in the hand, arm, hip, both legs, chest, and left cheek. The injuries caused a swollen tongue, the loss of a wisdom tooth, and a slightly slurred voice. As a result of the shooting, 50 Cent was dropped from Columbia Records and the album was never officially released. However, it was leaked online and has become a cult classic among his fans. The shooting had a profound impact on 50 Cent's life and career. He used the experience as motivation to achieve success in the music industry. His debut album, Get Rich or Die Tryin', was released in 2003 and became a massive commercial success.